Midweek racing taking place out at Hollywoodbets Greyville. 8 races on the program, and we are racing on the turf with race number 1 set to get underway at 12:30 of the 1400 meter trip. It is Maiden Plate that will get the day started. Working alongside Dee's down under, and we'll get Dee's thoughts on race number 1 in a moment. Having a look at the first race, you can scratch number 3, Carnarvon. So it's a field of 11 runners that remain for the first race on the contest, and there's been quite a lot of action in the market with number 4, Mojave Prince. He opened up at around 5-2. He shortened all the while. He's now trading at 7-10. Yes, the scratching has affected the price a bit, but there has been a genuine support for the son of Captain of All, and he's now at 7-10. Master de Rivray, Global Warrior, 11-2. You can get 6-1 about Wonderful tonight, and then it is 14-1 and better about the balance. This was Mojave Prince. He looks set to enjoy the step up in trip to 1400 meters, and last time out it was a very good run to first time a Green Gateway. And when you have a look at the opposition here, he could certainly be the right horse in the race, jumping from gate number 4, and Callan in the irons once again.
Yeah, just that all the racing fans are well and looking forward to this race meeting on this Wednesday. Of course, it is Wednesday the 6th at Hollywoodbets Greyville. We are on the turf track as well, and there'll be no racing during the weekend. So this is your last chance before Monday, the 11th, when we race back in KZN. Yeah, Mojave Princess, the one thing that's clearly noticeable, and go and watch that replay, the stick was dropped by Callan Murray. I'm not saying that the horse would have won without assistance, but the fact is the crop was dropped and the horse ran second. So a bit unlucky, one could say, number 4, Mojave Princess. I agree that the turn will be good for him over 1400 meters. Number 6, Wonderful tonight from the Glen Cotson stable, an informed yard, a very informed jockey. 1400 meters first up tells you what they think of the horse, because usually they build them up from a sprint trip up to 1400 meters. So that was a nice introduction to his career. 9, Captainship. Don't leave this one out of trifectas and quartets. And then Master de Rouvray. I haven't chatted to Mark Dixon about the layoff and why the layoff, but prior to the layoff he looked like he was ready to win, but his form line doesn't inspire much. His last start, I actually pulled it out, 36 runners in total and just the 1 winner. So everything does point to number 4, Mojave Prince in race number 1. But if you're looking for trifectas and quartets, number 9 is the roughie that I like there, and a lot of respect for number 6. Bipod, numbers 4 and 6 for me.
Yeah, 4 and 6 for D's. Just with regards to number 11, Master de Rivray, Mark Dixon did mention that he's probably just going to be caught 1 in the final furlong of the race, but he's a horse that he thinks quite a bit of, and if with a bit of luck in running, he should be too far off the action. But Mojave Prince certainly the one to beat you at 7-10.
Well, race number 2 will kick off the place accumulator. You need to get on the tote by 13:05, 1400 meters, Maiden Plate for fillies and mares. As we bring up the field, we'll have a look at some betting. Horses that are in single figures. Number 2, Intro, is at 11-10. And then we got number 7, Catch a Penny, a horse that has separated itself from the rest of the field with the betting, and that's trading at 5-10. And you can see why. The horse is, so consistent. Always puts in a good shift, this filly. You'll expect an honest run for her, but can she put her head in front? Some of her prices, I'll read them out to you. 9-10, 17-10, 2-1, 33-10, 6-10, 7-10, 11-10. She just can't get ahead of the pack, either running second or third. The consistency is there. She could be rewarded. She's an obvious horse in the PA. Looks like the natural banker on the day. If you're looking for an exacta play, racing fans, the horse that I like here a lot is number 3, Omnia, for Robbie Hill. She is a gin strike, which means that the Elamites are on. Don't read anything to her last start. Things did not go well for her. She didn't settle. She was slow away. And I see that she was reported lame. So everything went wrong for her. Just judge her on that penultimate start where Brewers come out to win. That was over 1400 meters. I'm assured by Robbie Hill that she is well, and they are expecting a good run from her. Whether she can beat number 7, Catch a Penny, the race will tell, but I think that could be a nice exacta for you. 7, a banker in the PA, the exacta horse for me, number 3, Omnia.
Yeah, I think she's not going to get an easy opportunity to shed that maiden tag. It's a matter of how brave can you be to take 5 to 10 about this daughter of Vercingetrix, but she's the right horse in the race, and as Dee's mentioned, does seem to be the banker on the day. Certainly a banker when it comes to the place accumulators and pipepots. I think Splash of Love could be a nice exact horse here. She's at around 7 to 1 in the market. She's got some fair form to her name. Last time out, took on the boys, beaten 8 lengths behind Gallic Victor. Looks to be a smart sort. I thought she'd finish a little bit closer than she did, but perhaps Hollywoodbets Scottsville not really suiting her. Hollywoodbets Greyville could just be the track that she enjoys. She's put in some nice efforts at this course, and she hasn't been beaten too far, so she's a horse that can get a blow in here in the second race. But number 7, Catch a Penny, definitely the one to be with, and then 3 and 6, 2 horses that you can perhaps include for those exactors here in the second race. But all in, Catch a Penny, banker in the place accumulator, leg 1. On to race number 3, which is a start off the pick 6. This is a progress plate over 1400 meters. 13:40 is the off time, and you can scratch number 4, 2 Miles West, who was a winner on a Friday night and isn't able to take his place here. It's a field of 8 runners that remain. And number 6, Go Grayson Go, is your even money favorite. Solar Sail at 16 to 10, 8 to 1 Beach Palace. It's then 10 to 1 and better about the balance. Now, when you have a look at the best weighted column, whenever it comes to these progress plates, they often are a good guide for you. Solar Sail tops at well clear, 18 points clear of Go Grayson Go. He's got a mark of 117, does Solar Sail, and his official rating is a 115 after running third to Legend of Arthur in the Derby for 3-year-olds. He received a 29-point penalty. He's just having a look at this race. Yeah, I think Solar Sail, he earned his rating over a lot further. I don't think we can read too much into the best weighted column. He's a horse that he's effectively run to a mark of 82 over the distance of 1400 meters, and he's achieved his rating over a lot further. I think the right horse in the race is this horse from the Freaky Krailing yard, Go Grayson Goes. He's in receipt of 3 kgs from Solar Sail. I like the form that he brings into the race. I don't see the 1400 meter trip being a negative for him, and I think that he's going to take some beating in this contest, and I'd go as far as saying that I'd bank him in bets like Bypass Place Accumulator and even the pick 6. I would take a chance and bank this horse. I think he is the right horse in the race, and for me he sets the standard.
Number 3, Solar Sail. I just want to touch on this rating of 86. You know, you got a horse that comes under the radar, under sufferance, and you race a horse in feature company. You are standing in line to take the penalty. And obviously Mark Khan knew what was going to happen if his horse punches above his weight. So from an 86 to a 115, it's a hefty. He got hammered, absolutely hammered for that. But nevertheless, he looks like a horse that certainly could have a nice 4-year-old career ahead of him. But now it's a rethink, a reshuffle with regards to his career ahead, because with that type of rating, there's not many races that you can possibly, run the horse in. So handicaps are generally out. So you're going to have to try and keep him in the best of company. And these plated races come along every now and again. So number 3, Solar Sail. Yeah, 2,450 meters in the Derby is a big drop in distance for him over 1,400 meters. We'll see how he goes over this 1,400 meter trip. The handicap is there to do a job. We respect his position to do a job. We always do that. But it's for you to be the judge whether you're going to agree with it or not. Over 2,450 meters, he's given him this mark. Over shorter, well, let's see how he goes here. Against a horse like Go Grayson Grow, who's threatening to win, who is at home and who's dropping in distance to 1,400 meters. I actually mentioned to both Serena Mudley and Freaky Krailing that 1,400 meters, the way he races, could be ideal for him to get his confidence back. So he's the even money shot against number 3, Solar Sail. With number 4, 2 Miles West out, I see Mark Khan is left in number 8, Capella, the stable companion to number 3, Solar Sail. So just keep an eye on that for trifectas and quartets. In race number 3 for the place accumulator and the pick 6, I think be safe at numbers 3 and 6. But it'll be very interesting to see how Solar Sail goes over 1,400. Race number 4 is the Fillies and Mares Open Maiden over 1,200 meters, and this will take place at 14:15. Scratched on number 3 here at the time of recording, and 10 runners will go to post. Let's have a look at some betting here for race number 4, and in the 4th race, the betting is like so. Horse number 1 is Capricious Miss. That's at 28 to 10. Then we got number 5, DeRosa, at 18 to 10. Horse number 6 is Chimes at Midnight at 7 to 1. And a 4 to 1 shot in number 11, Cherry Lady. And no prizes for getting how that was named, because DJ Jazzy D is an owner and first run for the stable of Paul Gatsby. Yeah, first leg of the jackpot with number 3 out, Amber Eyes. That doesn't help me. Jackpot, I'm going to give you some numbers here, racing fans. Alison Wright's runner number 1, Capricious Miss, from pole position on that good last start, has to go in. DeRosa, she's had many chances. She's a 5-year-old, but recent form is consistent. Chimes at Midnight is the runner that I think will improve from this field, because that last start, although well beaten by Miss Kansas, we saw that horse called Blazing Beauty go start to finish the other day at Hollywoodbets Greyville. Miss Galore gets my vote, and number 11, Cherry Lady. Paul Gatsby tells me that she may just need a first run in the province, but he's expecting a good run from her. 1, 5, 6, 7, and 11. What's that? 5 runners in a field of 10. I'm happy with that for Jackpot 1.
It certainly does look to be a bit of a tricky race here with horses that have had their fair share of chances. And this horse, Sol Namara, 2 starts back, there was a bit of support around her, a bit of talk, and she showed some nice improvement. And then last time out from the deep draw, she just over-raced, no luck in running whatsoever, and just failing to go on with the effort. So perhaps she's one to keep an eye on here with just 54 kgs on the back. She's at 14 to 1 in the market. Could be a nice inclusion into trifectas and quartets. And if she had to rock up for a bet like jackpots and pick sixes, you'd certainly drop some tickets. And yeah, Capricious Miss, Dee's mentioned that her last start was much improved, and she could be the horse that you want to side with here from gate number 1. 2 runs at Hollywoodbets Greyville have been her best starts to date, and she could just continue in that vein of form. But certainly a very competitive contest. A few horses in with winning chances here in race number 4, and let's see how it all unfolds in the start of Jackpot 1. Race number 5 next up. This is the start of Jackpot 2. It is a class 5 set to be run over the 1,000 meter trip. 14:50 is the off time. You can scratch number 5, Boom Shakalaka, and it's a field of 9 runners that remain for this event. Favorite is number 2, Lion's Eye, trading at 22 to 10. Has found a bit of support from 28 to 10. Number 4, One Irish Rover, on offer at 3 to 1. 9 to 2, Fate of Fortune. 11 to 2, Purple Powerhouse, where I lay my hat at 6 to 1, and then you can get double figure odds about the balance. Now, there was quite a bit of talk about Lion's Eye last time out. He shortened into 33 to 10, and he was up in class that day. He found a few too good, finishing in that 4th position. I think back down in class, if the drop in trip doesn't catch him out, I think he's a horse that's certainly going to run a huge race here, and he warrants the utmost of respect as your current favorite at 22 to 10. This horse, Fate of Fortune, if he can get a bit of luck in running from gate number 10, and if the speed is on, I think he's a horse that with the 4 kgs off the back, he'll certainly be doing his best work at the finish. I thought it was a nice run last time out behind Wing Walker in a race that was slightly stronger than this, so I think he's certainly going to be involved. So I'm going to go 2 and 10 as the 2 horses that I'm really going to be looking to play around here in race number 5. But then you've obviously got the likes of Purple Powers, who will keep one interested just based on his consistency.
Yeah, this race number 5 with the last 4 races on the card will end off Jackpot 2, races 5, 6, 7, and 8. And with the scratching of number 5, well, we got 9 runners that go to post. Find it difficult to play with my rule, racing fans, which is going to be 4 runners. So I'm going to suggest play it as wide as possible. If you can, include the field, do just that. Lion's Eye, I'm not concerned about the distance. I think Sean Veal's got the draw. He knows that he's riding for arguably the most informed stable in the country. Forget about KZN. Stuart Ferry, take a bow. You got your horses on a string. Number 2, Lion's Eye. Now, that support that came last time out, he ran a good race. That horse, Give Me the Good Life, is a nice horse from the Tony Peters stable. So I think he'll run well, yeah. Whether it's 1,000 meters, which is a 200 shorter, I think speed could come into play, and Sean Veal's not going to waste the draw. Number 3, Music is Life. I keep going back to some of his better runs, and he's just a most frustrating horse to follow. 1,002 days since he last won, but he is going to get it right Are you going to get it right with him? Well, you're certainly going to get a good price whenever you get it right, because he's trading at 8-1. Number 4, 190 drove up consistency, running well. MJ Ordendal's horses are all doing well. If they're not running into the number 1 box, they're certainly earning stake checks. Wherever I lay my hat, of these runners from the Ellison Wright stable, and she seems to hold the key to the race with numbers 1, 6, 8, and 10. I think one can't discount her chances. Purple Powerhouse, consistent. Mask On, I'm sure Yadev Singh must quietly fancy his chances on this horse's better form, the fact that the horse is dropping in rating. And number 10, Fate of Fortune, does have a wide draw to overcome. Indaka is quick. I've mentioned all of them. What does that mean? It looks like a field race for me. But the obvious roving banker is number 2, Lion's Eye, from an informed stable of Stuart Ferry. Last pick 3 on the card, race number 6. What is happening here? Well, this is a class 4 over 1400 meters, highly competitive. Recent maiden winners taking on winners, recent horses that have just turned 2 into 3, namely numbers 5 and 6, now 3-year-olds. So betting should be a nice guide. Number 1, Run Forest Run, is at 4-1. Horse number 5, Cardinal Chief, at 5-2. 6 Star in Motion is at 17-10. And we have number 10, Al Dante, at 6-1. I'll tell you what, there are some form lines that have held up here from these horses that have won maidens. Run Forest Run, last start, no direct winners, but 3 subsequent winners, including Xenophon. Number 5, Cardinal Chief. Well, go and pull out that form line, you are going to be wowed. Arguably the strongest form line that comes into the race from their last starts. Canal Scarter, Xenophon, Town Crier, you can add to that, 54.5 kgs, going 1400 meters, massive runner at 5-2. Personally, I think that should have been priced up as favorite in the fixed odds front, but they're gone at number 6, Star in Motion. That was a very easy winner last time out. If you look at the ratings that the handicapper has given them at this early stage of their career, you're going to have to agree or disagree. A 95-6 and 5 Cardinal Chief at an 86. So those are the ratings. And then when I look at the balance of the field, number 10, Al Dante, at 6-1. Now, racing fans, sharpen up, listen up. I like a horse here. There's form to mention amongst the runners that I gave you, which I respect a lot. Take a look at this horse, number 9, Putalicious. Raced in the Western Cape. Yes, some indifferent runs. Didn't enjoy it there, I would say. Got a nice drop in the ratings to a 76. Given 2 nice warm-up runs in the province. This is the distance that suits him best. 33-1 is the price. Don't leave this horse out of anything, including trifectas and quartets. I often have nag me horses that I follow, horses that I pencil in, horses that come up when they're nominated. This is one of them. So at 33-1, you're not going to get hurt, have an each way go, but it looks like a competitive field.
Yeah, it certainly does look to be that way, and this horse Putalicious could be a nice inclusion into those trifectas and quartets. Nice price there as well. The 5 horse Cardinal Chief, I agree with these, probably should have been the one that tops the boards here, and he's a horse that will only improve with a step up in trip to 1400 meters. Just having a word with Dean Calamere during the week for the perfectly placed interviews. He did mention that Star in Motion, he's not sure whether that rating is right. In his opinion, he thinks he probably should be a bit lower, but he's waiting to see how the horse does go on Wednesday, and he assures us that the horse is doing well back at home, and a nice run is expected, but that mark of 95 will be interesting, considering he has to give Cardinal Chief 4.5 kgs here. This horse, Grand Appeal, I think he could be some nice value for trifectas and quartets. His penultimate run will catch the eye when in 4th position behind Gorgeous Guy. Last time out, no type of luck in running from gate 12, but from gate 4 with a further rating drop, now racing on a mark of 71. I think he's a nice horse that can sort of pop up for the minor positions here. And then Al Dante, he's a horse that has got some good form to his name. Good win last time out, beating Go Grace and Go. I think that form line will be franked with Go Grace and Go in race number 3, and this 8-year-old son of Wiley Hall will certainly have his supporters at around 6-1 in the market. So I think it is a competitive contest, a race where you probably need to go with a few horses here just to get through, and the 5 horse Cardinal Chief could certainly turn out to be the right horse in the race. A 3-year-old taking on older horses for the first time. in this contest, and he certainly is on the up. So 9, the outsider here for D's Putalicious at 33 to 1. Grand Appeal for me at 14 to 1. But these 2 3-year-olds, they are certainly ones to keep an eye on, numbers 5 and 6. On to race number 7 we go. This is a class 4 over 1400 meters. 5 past 4 is the off time, and you can scratch horse number 1, King of Numbers. It's a field of 8 runners that remain, and Wing Walker tops the boards here at 15 to 10. Sea Shanty at 2 to 1. And then it is Griffin Park 4 to 1, 8 to 1, and Better About the Balance. So that's what the market's looking like here in race number 7. And when we have a look at the form on offer, this horse, Wing Walker, well, he's won his last 2. He won his maiden impressively beaten intro. And then last time out, I thought a very, very nice performance on the poly track once again to beat Master Bling. He's gone up to 3 points for that. He's a horse that comes from a banging form yard of Lucinda Woodruff, who had a double on Sunday. And she'll be looking to end off her stint here in KZN on a high. He has a go on the turf track at Hollywoodbets Greyville for the first time, but I think he's certainly going to put in a huge effort, and he's a horse that I think certainly will have many, many supporters. But this horse, Sea Shanty, the form that he brings to the table is quite encouraging. He did receive a 2-point penalty for being a loser last time out behind Richard I, but that was in a stronger race when doing his best work at the finish. He's a horse that the form line has worked out quite nicely, and he's a runner that I think has to go into absolutely everything. So 5 and 8, I think those are the 2 horses that you need here in race number 7. I think it is a straight 2-horse race with these 2 horses, and they should be good enough to get you through every exotic on the day.
It looks like a race between these 2 runners that top the betting boards, and if there's anything else to come out of the woodwork, then that could be a nice result for you. Are you playing with the grain or against the grain? Yep, in your exotics race number 7. Well, with the grain will be 5 and 8. And then if you're looking for the result, then you're going to have to look for the gold. Where is the gold? Well, I can't find it. I think 5 Wing Walker should have every chance of making a 3 on the bounce. The distance will be no issue. For the first time in his career, he goes over a bit further, but that should be no issue the way he races. And this guy, Chad Little, I really like the way he's just grown in confidence towards the end of the season and into this season. Of course, Lucinda Woodruff does a lot of work for her, getting all the chances, and he's 2 from 2 for her on this individual, Wing Walker. So he's the best man for the job. And then Sea Shanty, Hollywoodbets Greyville for the first time. The form lines are super strong. You just pull out the form lines that this horse has been racing against. There are winners and more winners. So it all depends from that poor draw. Are they going to ride this horse for luck and try and get a position, or just leave him where he's comfortable? I say comfortable because of late they've been giving him a chance and he's been running on, so that seems to suit him much better. But if you go earlier on in his career, he did show some pace and speed, so I think he's quite versatile, number 8 Sea Shanty. So he is the leading contender here along with number 5 Wing Walker. Personally, I think whatever beats those 2 will win, and again, it's up to you. 5 and 8 popular, and we're playing with the majority in all the exotics. We're on to the lucky last, race number 8, a class 4 over 1400 meters, fillies and mares. What a race to close things off. You're running in the exotics, you need horses here. I think you need plenty. Number 3, that is Purple Flower, 4 to 1. Then we got number 5, Ubekwe Pazane at 5 to 1. Number 6, Posham Sugar and Me at 6 to 1. 8, Happy Portion at 6 to 1. 10, School Policy at 5 to 1. 11, Prom Queen at 5 to 1. Very difficult race this. I am going to take a big bold chance here in all my bets. I'm including 4 runners and everything, because it's tending to become a bit expensive once you start multiplying it out. There'll be many that may just think about playing the field here and hope for the worst result. In numerical order, my numbers will be 5, Ubeke Bazane for MJ Odendaal. What a win last time out, considering that barrier position, and how the horse flew up to win. I was really impressed with that. I think there's a horse called She's a Rainbow, if I'm not mistaken, from Stuart Ferry that has come out to be a subsequent winner from there. Horse number 10, School Policy for Andre Nell and Platinum Racing. Best racers seem to be racing up handy, but can the horse get to her favorite position? Well, Serena Moodley will be tasked with that. Form line of that last start behind One Smart Cookie, that has won. Rosa Nawe has won. Ubekwe Bazane was in the race, that has won, and Melkus Green is a subsequent winner. A strong form line she brings into the race. And 11 Prom Queen, well, we know that they're going to give this horse a chance, and all depends on how far back she is, because that's the way she races, given a chance, running on at the death. And then my roughie in the race at a big price, don't leave this one out of the pick six, is going to be number 9, Gorgeous Girl. Numerical order 5, 9, 10, and 11. If I had to pick a roving banker, I'm going to go with Serena Moodley and Andre Nell with number 10, School Policy.
I think she is the right horse in the race when it comes to the form that she brings to the table. So run behind the likes of My Sensation, Call Me Getrick. So she's got the right form lines here. Does number 10, School Policy. Just a big weight to shoulder. Does return off rest, but a horse that will certainly keep you interested. Number 4, Arvanian Goddess. I think she's a runner that will certainly go well here. She's back on the turf. She's a horse that I think from gate number 4, if she gets the right run through in transit, I think she'll certainly be competitive. The 5 horse, nice win last time out when beating Ethereal View, and she only gone up to 4 points for that, and I think she could still be well treated here on a mark of 80. Runs well at the course, and a mare now at least that should go well. And then the 11 horse Prom Queen, consistent, seldom far off the action, and is in some good form. So 4, 5, 10 and 11 in numerical order for me. These included the 9 horse Gorgeous Girl as a nice roughie in to the last leg here, 25 to 1 in the market. So that is race number 8. The best of luck with racing at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Wednesday.